Hey, Bismillah, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel again. And today we have a second Cisco CCNA Superlab 2 from from a Guna course maybe, but I got it from Polytechnic IDN. So let's move up. For the we have to config the Superlab second Superlab for weekly assignment, and we just use the dock for the better views. Okay, so the topic is VLAN and trunking, DHCP server, router on stick, switch virtual interface, routing EIGRP, routing OSPF, mutual distribution, DNS server, web server, and access list. Task Part 1. Basic configuration. Configure hostname in all of routers and switch as a display. Okay, so we must configure all switch and router such as a display like this. Already setting in display. You can see the topology like this. All of routers and switch and router, we have configure hostname same like core such as core RTR to core switch 1, and configure enable secret in all of router switch as a Cisco. Okay, without further ado, we configure uh, switch 1. Okay, we configure the switch 1 in here. Okay, CLI enable for short term, or you can use conf configure terminal for the short terms like this. Host name, but I just usually use host such as SW1 because we must configure host name same like the as the display. Okay, host switch 1. Okay, and enable secret. This is for short term for enable and secret, but for the short term you can learn or you can use this one, enable and secret Cisco. Why? Because configure enable secret in all of routers and switches as a Cisco. Okay, so we must configure enable secret Cisco. Enter. And we do this all of switch. First, we do the switch 1, and then we go to the switch 2, and conf host name SW2 uh, enable secret Cisco. Okay. Switch 2 already config, and we go to the VLAN 15. Okay, we go to the switch 3. Configure terminal, host name SW3, enable secret Cisco. Okay, switch 3 already setting, and switch 4 do the same thing, enable configure terminal host SW4 and enable secret Cisco. Okay, already setting. We just close it and go to the switch 5. I think this is switch 5. Oh yeah, this is a switch 5. CLI, enable, configure terminal, host, switch 5, sorry, switch 5, enable, secret, Cisco, okay, and switch 6, CLI, enable, configure terminal, host, switch 6, enable, secret, Cisco. Okay, and then we go to the multi-layer switch, or we short term MLS for the MLS one right here. Enable, configure terminal, host name, such as like this, core. We should see the capital R not, okay, for the best view, for the best point we got, core, switch 1, enable, secret, Cisco, same like other, enable, secret, Cisco, there, and we go to the core, MLS2, multi-layer switch 2, enable, configure terminal, host name, core, switch 2, and then enable, secret, Cisco, enable, secret, Cisco. And then we move to the router, enable secret core, switch 2. Okay, we move up to the router. Okay, and then we go to the router. We move up to the router 1. I think this is router 1. Oh no, this is router 2. This is router 1. Is this router 1? No, this is router 3. Where is the router 1? This is the router 1. Is this the router 1? Yes, this is the router 1. CLI, enable, host, sorry, configure terminal, enable, sorry, host name, core, RTR1, core RTR1, enable, secret, Cisco. Okay, router 1 already setting. And we move out to the router 2. Enable, configure terminal, host name, core, router 2. Enable, secret, Cisco. Okay. Router 3, same. Enable, configure terminal, hostname, core, RTR2. Okay. Enable secret. Enable secret Cisco. Cisco. And then we move out to the router 4. Enable configure terminal. Hostname core R sorry RTR4. Enable secret Cisco thing. And the last one is we move on to the sorry. Sorry. It's okay. Router 5. Enable configure terminal. Don't forget to add the host name. Sorry, no space. Host name core RTR5. Okay, and don't forget to enable the secret, enable secret Cisco. Enter. And voila. We already setting the part 1, all of the topology from switch. We already name it switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, switch 4, and enable secret switch 4, switch 5, and multi-layer switch, multi-layer core switch 1, core switch 2, core router 1, core router 2, core router 3, core router 4, and core router 5. And part 2, configure VLAN and trunking switch 1, switch 2, and core router 2. So we move out to the from this area first. Okay, we configure the VLAN 2, VLAN 20, VLAN 10, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and VLAN 40. And we configure the router 2. For the VLAN 10, create the VLAN and set the name as a display. Okay, configure the port fast all interface to connect to the PC. Configure allowed VLAN to only permit access VLAN in the trunk interface. Okay, configure the router and stick the CP router for all VLAN. Set the DNS server to 192.168.102. Below in the address detail of each VLAN, the router 2 will use first IP address of each VLAN. For example, VLAN 10, so we must put the IP address 192.168.10.1 slash prefix 24. Something like that. At the end of the session, make sure that PC can ping each other. Okay, we move on to the second from this switch 1. We config to the switch 1. Okay, switch 1 config. We must add the VLAN first. VLAN 10 name. We do the same thing. VLAN 10 caps lock. VLAN 10. VLAN no space 10. Name VLAN 10. Interface. We must see it the first. Where to the VLAN 10 interface VA02 and VA03. This is the VLAN 10. Okay. Sorry, I cannot see the wire. This is the for the VLAN 10 is interface 02 and interface passport 03. Here we go back to the configure. This is the short-term interface range fast Ethernet 0, 2, and 3. We want to combine the interface. This is the interface to fast Ethernet 02 and 03. We want to combine to the VLAN. Enter. switch port mode. We turn on the switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 10. Switch port access VLAN 10. Okay. And now VLAN 2, VLAN 20. VLAN 20. Name VLAN 20. Okay. Interface for the short term. Interface range PA0 for VLAN 20 is interface VLAN 20 PA04 and VA fast Ethernet 05. Okay, 04 and 05. 4 until 5. Interface range fast Ethernet 4 until 5. Switch port mode access for the short term. Switch port access VLAN 20. Switch port access VLAN 20. Okay. And we go to the interface range FA0 2 until 5. 0 until 5. Don't forget to spanning 3 port fast. Port fast. Okay, we are resetting the port fast. And for the interface VA02, we exit first. Conf terminal. Enable. Oh, sorry, we already do the global things. Interface FA01, we must trunking this area first. Interface VL01, switch port mode trunk. Okay, switch port mode trunk, and then switch port trunk allow VLAN 10 and 20. Enter. And don't forget to do the do right to save the configuration in NVRAM. Do right. Okay. We move up to the switch 2. Okay, we move up to the switch 2. Enable password Cisco configure terminal. In the switch 2, we add the VLAN 30 and VLAN 40. We already set the VLAN 10 and VLAN 20 in the switch 1, and for the switch 2, we configure the VLAN 30 and VLAN 40. Am I still recording? Yeah, still recording. Okay, without further ado, we continue the VLAN. VLAN 30. VLAN 30, name with the big one, VLAN 30. And then interface range fast Ethernet 0, 02, 02 and 03, is VLAN 30, 02 and 03. 2 until 3. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 30 for the short term and make the easy for the use the easy thing, okay? So cut the time, okay? So for the cut the time, switch port access VLAN 30. And then we move out to the VLAN 40. VLAN 40 name VLAN 40 interface range pass Ethernet 0 4 until 5. Okay, this is 4. This is the wire 4. And this is the wire fast Ethernet 5. And this is the VLAN 40. Okay, without further ado, we configure it. Interface range fast Ethernet 04 and 05. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 40. Okay, and do the same thing. Interface range pass Ethernet 02 until 5. Spanning 3 port pass. Spanning 3 port pass. Okay. If we do this, already do this. And then we continue to interface pass Ethernet 01 because the pass Ethernet 01 is the cable for the router. So we must turn on the trunk, not the mode access, but mode trunk. Switch port mode, switch port mode trunk like this. Switch port mode trunk. Sorry, switch port mode trunk. Okay, and then switch port trunk allow VLAN 30 and 40. 30, 40. Enter. And do the same thing. Do right for the save the NV pump. Okay, we can check the result for the result from the beginning. Switch 1. Exit first. Do show VLAN brief. Sorry, do show VLAN brief. VLAN 10 active, VLAN 20 active. Fast Ethernet 02 and 03 in this VLAN 10. And VLAN 20 is fast Ethernet 04 and 05 is VLAN 50. And do show interface trunk. I'm sorry, I cannot see the trunk. Oh, because the router didn't turn on yet. And checking the router too. Do show VLAN brief. VLAN 30, name VLAN 30, active, fast Ethernet 02 and 03, and VLAN 40 is the fast Ethernet 04 and 05. We already configured this. And then the next part is we configure the router. we configure the router like this. Fast Internet 0, enter, enable Cisco configure terminal. Okay, configure terminal. We must core router to interface fast Ethernet 01, fast Ethernet 00, sorry, 00, this one first, fast Ethernet 00 to the fast Ethernet 01 in the switch, fast Ethernet 00, no shutdown. Okay, no shutdown. Okay, we move out to the interface. This is already green. Interface fast Ethernet 01 and 01.10. Fast, oh sorry. Interface fast Ethernet 00.10. Okay, it's up. And then we configure. It's already up. Encapsulation dot 1Q10 IP address 192.168.10.1, and we add the prefix 255.255.255.0 because prefix 24. We use the IP address for the gateway. Sorry. IP address 192.168.10.1, 255.255.255.0 because the prefix 24. Okay, it's already set. And then we go to the interface fast Ethernet 00.20. Interface fast Ethernet 0.00.20. It's already up. And then we go to the encapsulation dot 1Q20 encapsulation dot 1Q20 and IP address 192.168.20.1, and we go to the prefix 255.255.255.0 IP address, enter, encapsulation dot 1Q. And we go to the DICP. We configure the IP DICP pool for the VLAN 10. IP DHCP pool VLAN 10. DHCP pool VLAN 10. Okay. IP DHCP pool VLAN 10. Network 192.168.10.0.255.255.255 prefix 24. Enter. Default router 192.168.10.1 for the VLAN 10 default router, and for the DNS server 192.168.192 DNS server 192.168.100.2. Okay. Enter, and we just do the IP DHCP pool VLAN 20 network 20 default router 20.1 and DNS server, same thing like this. Okay, we go to the exit, do right. Okay, and then we go to the interface, range, internet interface, 01, no shutdown. Okay, pass Ethernet 01.10, interface PA 01.10. We do the same thing like this. Sorry, this is for VLAN 30 and VLAN 20. Interface, we exit first. The first pass Ethernet 01.30 up. Pass Ethernet 030 because 030 for the VLAN 30. And then we go to already up and encapsulation dot 1Q30 encapsulation dot 1Q30 IP address 192.168.30.1 and for the prefix 255.255.0 255.255.0. Okay, this is thing. Okay, sorry, my microphone. There is something in the microphone. And then encapsulation.1Q IP address, we must checking. Okay, next we go to interface fast Ethernet 01.40 because VLAN 40. Okay, it's already up. Encapsulation dot 1Q40 IP address 41. Okay, and we do the next thing is IP DHCP pool. Exit first. IP DHCP pool VLAN 31st VLAN 30 network 192.168.30.0 and for the prefix 255 space 255.255.255.0 default router is 192.168.30.1 30.1.1, enter. Sorry, default router 168.30.1 DNS server 192.168.102 because we use the DNS server like this. Okay. Next up in DHCP pool 40. Next step. Okay. Don't forget to add the network first. Configure the network 40 and default router 40, and for the DNS server it's same like 192.168.102. Okay. And this auto tool, you can check the result first. Assessment at time, assessment items, core IT2, that is excluded. Core router 2, there is excluded VLAN address such as 192.168.10.192.168.21. This is the excluded IP for the core router 2. And we just use the X and go to the router 2 again. IP, DHCP, IP, DHCP, excluded, IP, DHCP, excluded, address, exclude address, 192.168.10.1. IP, DHCP, excluded address for the excluded IP, DHCP, excluded address, and then we do the same thing, 20, 10, 20, 30, and 40. And then do right. And now we configure the router, sorry, the PC over here. Okay, for the fast Ethernet VLAN 10 first, desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, requesting IP address. Okay, 192.168.10.10, IP DHCP, request successful. And move on to the this DHCP. Okay, it's already connect. VLAN 20. Okay, 20. 20, okay. VLAN 13. Desktop IP configuration, DHCP. Okay. IP configuration, DHCP. Okay, 30. And VLAN 40, desktop. It's useful for the dynamic. So the PC got the IP, it's dynamic, post configure protocol. 40, and this is desktop IP configuration, DNCP, and 40. Okay, it's already setting by this, and you can, if you want to the ping or VLAN 2 or VLAN 2 in progress, still failed, but it's successful. VLAN 20 to the VLAN 30, progress failed, double click and it's successful. VLAN 30 to the VLAN 40, this failed, double click and successful. And we can VLAN 10 to the VLAN 40, and voila, it's successful too. So we already configure this part. If you want to ping like this, just use VLAN 10 to the VLAN 30. It's already successful. Okay. It means we configure this thing. It's already successful. Okay. We move up to the VLAN this thing. VLAN this side. VLAN 50 and VLAN 60. VLAN 50 and VLAN 60. Am I right? Okay. We configure to the switch tree. We move out to the switch tree. This side. Downside. Okay. Switch tree first is the VLAN 50 and VLAN 60. Enable Cisco config terminal, configure terminal, and then we go to the VLAN 50. Name VLAN 50. Interface range pass Ethernet 0. For the VLAN 50, VLAN 50 is fast Ethernet 02 and 03, I guess. Yep, 02, 02 and 0T, 03, 4, 5 is the VLAN 60. Interface range 0, 2, and 3. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 50. Okay. Go to the VLAN 60, add the VLAN 60, name VLAN 60, interface range pass Ethernet 0, 4, and 5. We crosshead 4 and 5. 4 and 5. 4 and 5. Interface range pass Ethernet, switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 60. Okay, switch port access VLAN 60. Okay, and then we do the all this thing. Interface range pass Ethernet 0 to until 5, spanning 3 port pass, spanning 3 port pass. Okay, it's already setting. And then we go to the interface range pass Ethernet 0, 1, pass Ethernet 0, 6, because the 0, 1 is trunking to the router and 0, 6 is trunking to the below switch. Fast Ethernet 01, fast Ethernet 06. Switch port mode shrunk. Switch port mode trunk, and then switch port trunk allow VLAN 50 and 60. Okay, and we go back to the switch port 4, switch number 4. Sorry. Sorry, my table is broken. It's okay. I'm sorry. We forgot to do right this thing. Do exit first. Do right. Okay. And we go back to the switchboard. Enable Cisco configure terminal. And then we add the VLAN 50 name VLAN 50. We do the same thing. VLAN 60 name VLAN 60 name VLAN 60, and we go to the interface range fast Ethernet 0 to 03, because I think this is the same. Fast Ethernet 02, mine is fast Ethernet 03. Okay. Fast Ethernet 02 until 3. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 50, and interface range fast Ethernet 04 until 5. This is 4. Okay, this is fast Ethernet 04, and this is fast Ethernet 05. 4 and 5 again. Switch port mode access, switch port access VLAN 60. And then we go to the interface, fast Ethernet 01. Switch port mode trunk. Switch port trunk allow VLAN 50 and 60. Enter. Hex. Don't forget to do right. Okay. We can see the do show VLAN brief. Do show VLAN brief. It's happening again. My microphone. Okay, fast Ethernet 02 and 3. This is for VLAN 50, and VLAN 60 is fast Ethernet 4 and 5. for the check the result. And then we configure the router. This is the configure. Now we configure the router. Routing on stick. Enable Cisco configure terminal. Configure terminal. Okay. Configure terminal. Interface fast Ethernet 00. Yes, this is for the switch. Fast Ethernet 00. No shutdown. Okay, no shutdown. Interface fast Ethernet 0.00.50 0.0.50 up AP encapsulation encapsulation dot 1Q50 IP address 192.168.50.1 255.255.255.0. Okay, 255.255.0. Enter. And then we go to the interface fast Ethernet 00.60 up. It's already up. And encapsulation dot 1Q60, and then the IP address 60. Okay. Next, we adding the IP DHCP pool. IP DHCP pool VLAN 50 network 192.168.50.0 prefix 24. So 168 51. DNS server 192.168.102.102. IP DHCP pool VLAN 60. DHCP pool default network, network 60. Default router is 60, and DNS server is the same thing. Same. And it's already, we want to check it is if this have the excluded VLAN again, excluded IP again, I mean, and we can check it out for this. Check the result. Assessment attempts for the core router 3 is excluded for 51 and 61. Okay. 51 and 61. Sorry. Wait a second. IP, DHCP, excluded, address 192.168.50.1. IP, DHCP, excluded address. We do the same thing to the 60. Okay, don't forget to do. Okay, and we can close it or minimize it, whatever. We start for this PC, desktop, IP configuration, DHCP 52. Desktop, IP, DHCP 53, 50.3. Desktop, IP configuration, IP DHCP 62. Okay. Desktop IP configuration 63. Then go to this thing, desktop IP configuration, DHCP 54. I'm sorry, cannot touch this. See, desktop DHCP 50.5. Can go back to this IP configuration, DHCP 64. Desktop IP configuration, DHCP 65. Okay, we can check it ping first. VLAN 50 to the VLAN 60. Highlight, double click. Successful. VLAN 50 to the VLAN 60. Still failed, but it's successful again. If we want to do this thing, it's already successful. Okay. Still don't believe with me? Okay. To this thing, to do this. Double click and add successful. So this VLAN, it's already communicated to this thing. And then we go to the switch 5. This is the switch 5. We go to the next part. This switch. Enter. Enable Cisco configure terminal VLAN 70. VLAN 70. Name VLAN 70. We go to the part 4. Okay. It's already same like this. So I change my position first. My back is hurting me. I need some water too. Okay. Next, interface name VLAN 70. Enter VLAN 80. Name. Sorry, it's caps or bigger. VLAN 80. Because in this switch 5, switch 5 is just VLAN 70 and VLAN 80. Switch 6 is VLAN 70, 80, and 90. We focus on this switch first, switch 5 first. Name VLAN 80. And we go to the interface, range, interface, range, fast Ethernet 0 to until 3 for the VLAN. Am I right? 0 2, and this is 0 3. Fast Ethernet 0 2 and 0 3. Switch port model access. Switch port access VLAN 70. Interface range fast Ethernet 0 4 until 5. We check it first. 4 and 5. Switch port model access. Switch port access VLAN 80, 70, and 80. Span port. Span port. Sorry. Zero to until 5. Spanning port pass. Okay, it's already port pass. Interface pass Ethernet 0 1. Same like always. This one. Pass Ethernet 0 1. We must to the switch port model tongue. Switch port model. We make it to the switch port model tongue because pass Ethernet 0 1 is trunking to the multi-layer switch 1. Okay, it's already up. Don't forget to do right. Okay. I'm sorry. Switch port trunk allowed VLAN 70 80. Do right again. And then we move up to the switch number 6. Cisco configure terminal VLAN 70 VLAN 70, VLAN 70, and then VLAN 80, then VLAN 80, VLAN 90, then VLAN 90, VLAN 19, then VLAN 90. And then we go to the interface, and pass Ethernet 0, 2, 3 again. Am I right? Pass Ethernet 0, 2, and 0, 3 is VLAN 17, 4, 5, 4, 5 is VLAN 80, and 6, 7. And for pass Ethernet 6 and 7 is VLAN 19. Okay. Interface range pass Ethernet 0 to switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 70. Interface range pass Ethernet 0 or 5. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 80. Interface range pass Ethernet 0 6 6 7 6 until 7. Switch port mode access. Switch port access VLAN 90. Okay. And interface range pass Ethernet 0 to until 7. We want to spanning it. Span port. Okay, it's already spanning through port pass. And then switch port trunk allow VLAN 70, 80, 90, 70, 80, 19. Or for the short term, we can do this 70 until 90. And exit to right. To right. Okay, we already configured this thing. Sorry. Interface. Pass Ethernet 01. Yeah, we almost forgot to the trunking. And switch from allow VLAN 70. Okay, and then Do show VLAN 3 active. Active do show faster than 01. Okay. Okay. We're resetting this area, and then we want to resetting this multi-layer switch. And we go to the MLS server. Enable Cisco configure terminal. In this multi-layer switch, we just adding the VLAN 70, 80, 90. Okay. VLAN 70, name VLAN 70, VLAN 80, name VLAN 80, VLAN 90, name VLAN 90. Okay. Next part is interface. Interface page pass Ethernet 2 and 3. Encapsulation switch trunk encapsulation dot 1Q for the short term. Okay. Switch port model trunk. Switch port trunk allow 70, 80, 90, 70, 80, 80. IP routing. Interface VLAN 17. Okay, it's already up. Now IP address. We adding the IP address, same like router. IP address 192.168 dot 70. IP address 70.1, and then we go ahead to 255.255.255.0. And we go to the interface VLAN. It's already up. IP address interface VLAN 19, and it's already up again. IP address it's 19. Okay. 19.1. And then we can go to exit and IP. Go to the IP. We want to adding the DHCP pool. IP DHCP pool again. VLAN 17. IP DHCP pool VLAN 17. Network for the short term. 192.168 dot 70 dot 0 255 dot 0 because prefix 24. Default router 192.168 70.1 17.1. DNS server 192.168 100.2. Same like this. Same. Then server 192.168 100.2. Enter. And we do the same thing for the IP DHCP pool, VLAN IT, and the network. We just editing by press up the keyboard. Network default router xt.1 and then a separate same. And do the same thing to the IP DHCP port, VLAN 19. Network we edit to the 90.0 and default router for the gateway is 90 and DNS server. Okay, exit. We want to check it out again. If this router, if this core switch or multi-layer switch layer 3 is has the excluded IP, we can check it the result in here. Items. We go to the core switch 1. Where's the core switch 1? This is the core switch 1. Where's the excluded number? IP excluded address. This is 771, 71, 80.1, 90.1. Okay, it has already excluded address. So we must configure IP DHCP pool excluded IP. Sorry. IP DHCP, no DHCP excluded X192.168.70.1. IP DHCP excluded 192.168.70.1. Okay. We do the same thing for the active.1 and we do the same thing again for the 90.1. And don't forget to do right. And we can check it by all of the PC. Desktop IP configuration, DHCP. Okay, it's already got it. Desktop IP configuration, DHCP. Okay, it's already got it. desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, okay, T, sorry, 70, desktop, configuration, DHCP, XT, A, IP configuration, DHCP, 70.4, IP configuration, DHCP, 70.5, okay, desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, XT4, okay, and then this one is desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, XT.5, okay, calls, desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, 92, 90.2, okay, and then desktop, IP configuration, DHCP, 90.3. You want to check the ping first, 70, 80, pilot, successful, 80, want to do 90, pilot, and successful. What about 70 to the 90? Successful. Okay. It's already success. Okay. We already success the VLAN. So checking the VLAN. And then we configure the router. We back to the router. Sorry. Oh, we go to the here first. Core switch to here. We want to configuring the switch around here. Okay. Enable Cisco configure terminal part 5. Oh yeah, configure VLAN in core switch 2. We must step by step following. Okay. VLAN 100. Name VLAN 100. VLAN 100. Name VLAN 100. Interface range pass Ethernet 0, 0, 3 and 4. Pass Ethernet 0, 3 and pass Ethernet 0, 4. 3 until 4. And then we go to the switch model access switch access VLAN 100. Span port. Okay, spanning port pass. And then we go to the interface VLAN 100. Okay, it's gonna be up VLAN 100. IP address 192.168.100.1. 100 prefix 24 255 255 255 dot 0. Okay. 255 255 dot 0. Enter. And we go to the server 1, desktop, IP configuration. We do this for the static 192.168.100 prefix 192.168.101 192.168.102. We do the same thing to the one here, server here, desktop, IP configuration 192.168.103 192.168.101 192.168.102. Okay, okay, we are resetting the core switch number 2 and then part 6. Configure IP address in all of routers and core switch. As a display in the end of this section, make sure that each routers can and core switch can ping each other. Start with router 1. Router 1. Core router 1. Enable Cisco configure terminal. This is the router 1. Okay. This is the router 1. And then we go to the interface. Set 1, 2, sorry, still confused about this thing. Where is this serial? Serial 1. Sorry. Oh, sorry. We can continue. So I already managed. This is the interface. What is this the call again? Serial 1 slash 2 is 4 10 10 10 9 slash 30. But interface serial. Where is the serial 1 slash 0? This is 1 slash 0 in here. So we configure the IP address is here. Dot 1. Just follow my instruction. If we use this like this, same like as fast Ethernet, but this is the serial. If we move, now this is the wire. to the serial number 1/0. I must configure this up if we want to do it. Interface serial 1/0. Okay, no shutdown. Okay, IP address 10.10.10.1. Prefix 255.255.255. Prefix 30. Prefix 30 is 2. Prefix 30 is 252. 255, 255, 252. No shut, no shutdown. Okay. And then we go to the interface serial 1/1. IP address 5 because this is to the dot 5. No, no shutdown. And then we go to the interface serial 1/2. IP address 10.10.10.9. Same. Prefix 30. No shutdown. And the last one is interface serial 1/3. Enter. Sorry, no shutdown. IP address 30. Okay, we go to the router 2. Core router 1, it's already setting. we move on to the router 2. Cisco configure terminal. Interface stereo 1/0. No show. No shutdown. No shutdown. And then IP address 10 10 10 2 255 255 255 252 slash 30. Enter. And go to the core router 3. Cisco conf terminal. Configure terminal. Serial interface serial 1/0 gain. No shutdown. No shutdown. And then we adding the IP address. IP address 10 dot 10 dot 10 dot 6, right? 255 255 255 252. Enter. And then we go to the enterprise bus ethernet 0 1 shutdown. IP at 10.10.25. Is this 25? Yeah, 25. So 5 2 enter. And we're adding to the router 4. Here's the router 4. Core router 4. Cisco configure terminal serial 1/0. No shut no shutdown. IP address sorry. 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. 255, 255, 255, 252. 10, 255, 255, 252. Okay. Enter press, pass 800, 0, 0. No shot. Okay. And then we go to the IP address. Ten dot 14. Seventeen. 17. Pass internet 00 to the 17. Enter. And then we go to the router number 5 or router 5. Cisco com terminal next serial 1/0 1/0. No shop. No shop. Save. Huh? Not yet. Not yet. 10. Not 10. IP address 10, 10, 110, 4, 14. Dot 14 and the prefix 255, 255, 255, 252. And go to the interface, pass Ethernet 0, 0. No, shoot. 21, prefix, okay. Okay. And now we configure the multi-layer switch 1 here. Here. Enable Cisco configure terminal or multi-layer switch 1. Here interface where pass Ethernet 01. Pass Ethernet 0/1. No switch port. no switch port, IP address, sorry, sorry, 10, 10, 10, 26. Prefix 255, 255, 255, 252. Enter. And we configure this switch to okay, interface, no, password connect 01, no, shutdown, no, switch port, okay, no switch port, IP address, 10, 10, 10, 18, because around here, prefix 255, 255, 255, 252. And we go to the interface, password connect 02, no shutdown, no switch port, and then IP address. 18, we go to the 21 slash 30. Okay. 22, sorry. I'm sorry. 22. That's one here. Enter. And for the part 7, configure EIGRP in core router 1. Core router 1. Enable Cisco configure terminal. Configure terminal. And then we go to the EIGRP router EIGRP 10. Router EIGRP 10. Config router. No auto summary. Summary. Network. Network. 00. Network. 10. 10. 10, 10, 10, 0. And then 0, 0, 0, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 5. This is 3. Okay, and done. Next step, we go to the ERGP router 2. Go configure terminal, and then router. EIGRP, then no auto, no auto summary, sorry, net, network, new agency, and then we continue to the 255, graphics 24, and we go to the VLAN, to the network, VLAN 20, VLAN 30, and VLAN 40. No auto, no auto summary. Sorry. Okay, we go to the router 3. Cisco configure terminal, router EIGRP10, 10, sorry, 4.0.0.0.3. 10.10.10.4.0.0.0.0. New agency. 24 because 24 is neighborhood 2. 25, 26 is the neighborhood. So we must adding the first letter. 10, 10, 10, 24, 0, 0, 0. Enter. This is 255. Prefix. And we are in the VLAN 1 and 2. 168 50 50.0 1 and 2 168 50.0 because this is the for the VLAN 50 and VLAN 60. And do the same thing to the VLAN 60 for the VLAN 60. And we configure the RGB in multi-level switch 1. Accept. Router EIG RP10. Network RGB10 network 10 10 10 24 0 0 0 0 3. On switch 1 0.3. It's checking the value first. 24, okay, 24. And then we go to the network again, 255. This is 0. 192, 168, 168, 670. 70, then 80, and 90. 70, 80, and 90. And as for the result, we want to ping from the VLAN 10 to the VLAN 90. Okay. Already successful because we already make the netboard from this core router 1 until this thing RGP. It is one neighborhood. And then part 8, we want to configure the OSPF around here. This is OSPF. In core router 1, router 4, router 5, and core switch lane. And then part 8, continue to router 1 again. Config router. We exit first. In router 1, use OSPF ID1. Okay. Up in our routers, okay. Table routing, scopic of routers, okay. All OSPF in each other, okay. Without further ado, we continue to the OSPF. Router, don't yet, 72%. Router, OSPF, OSPF 1. Router, OSPF ID 1. Then we go to the network. Eight because it want to go to the 7 and 9. This is 9. This is the y must 8 because this is 1 to go to here. SPF 1 10 dot 8 0 3 area 0, and then go to the after 12 and before this is 13 and before 13 is 12 003 area backbone 0, and then we go to the core router 4 Cisco conf terminal router OSPF 1 and router 4 router OSPF 1, and then we go to the network, sorry, network 10.10.10.8, we go to the egg again, okay, I've already got this information, and we go to the 60 10.10.60 because it has to config in this area, and then enter. We move on to the router 5. Router OSPF 1. That one, network, eight, sorry, 12. Okay, network, 12. We waiting until got information. Okay, and then network to the 20. 10, 10, 10, 20, because after this, it belongs to 21. Go to the 21 and then go to the multi-layer switch, enable, configure. Sorry. I forget the password. Cisco, configure terminal, router, OSPF1. Sorry, IP routing first. I forgot to the IP routing and router OSPF1. Router OSPF1 network 10.10.10.16 because this is the 17. We go to the 16 first. 0.0.0.3 area 0. Waiting until the got the message. Okay, we already got the message, and we configure to 20 again. Network 20. Let's go to the 21, and then 20. Waiting for the another confirmation. Okay, we already got the confirmation, and then go to the network. This is 255, and then this is 0. This is 192, 192, 100, 168, 100. Area 0. And then part 9. Configure mutual distribution in core router 1. In this core router 1. Okay. Core router 1. In the end of the session, make sure table routing is complete our router. Our PC can ping each other. Okay. Enter. Exit first. Router EIGRP 10. Let's distribute S3. Redistribute. 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 Sorry. Redistribute. Redistribute OSPF. Sorry. OSPF 1. Metric 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. router OSPF1, router OSPF1. Redistribute IGRP, then subnet. Okay, it's already setting. So final conclusion, we want to ping from VLAN 10 to the VLAN 100. Okay, failed. Successful. It means we already do the successful. And part 10, configure DNS and web server. Okay, we go to the distinct, services, and go to the DNS. DNS service on. Create a record. Okay, name for Aguna course. Aguna course.com. Create a record for Aguna course.com. To Aguna course.com to address 192.168.102, 102, not 1, 100, 103, sorry, 103, and add, and then we go to the CC name, we got name, www Aguna course, agunacourse.com, to the host name, agunacourse.com. And we go to the HTTP. Welcome to the center. Okay, and index HTML. Blue observer to the welcome to Aguna course.com. Save. Okay. Services. DNS. DNS service on. A record or Aguna.com at, and for the CNA is www.agunacourse.com to agunacourse.com. And for the HTTP index.agunacourse.com. Test ping for the VLAN 10. You go to terminal, not terminal, but command prompt, ping agunacourse.com. Okay, it can ping. And we want to the web browser. Where's the web browser? Where's the web browser? Here, web browser. It took a while, but you can waiting. www.agunacourse.com. Welcome to agunacourse.com. Okay, it's already set. And now we configure the access list. Configure access list or switch to block up HTTP packets to the server. Exit first. IP access list extended block extended block HTTP deny TCP any 192.168.100.0.0.0. How much zero is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. EQ active. Permit IP any and accept. Interface VLAN added IP access group block HTTP out. Okay. And then we go to the check result when items. Okay. Okay, my mistake is VLAN. It's for the VLAN. Okay, my mistake. Okay, we go back to the. Okay, maybe I will pause it first. Okay, maybe that's all for me. I already setting all the maintenance and we got completion 100 and we can for the improvement for the proof already setting all the task and it's get it and it's all 100%. Okay, and it took me around 3 hours. Maybe for the video it's less than 3 hours to 2 hours 40. Wow. And maybe that's all for me. I'm Rohafis Genta and this is Cisco CCNA Superlab 2 and see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye bye. See ya.